Welcome to Financial Blueprint. Master your money before 30. In this video, we will walk through a structured financial flowchart to prioritize saving an emergency fund, handling debt versus retirement matching, maximizing a Roth IRA, and investing in low-cost index funds, while keeping lifestyle creep in check. We will also include visual diagrams, simple checklists, and 2 quick quizzes. Let's begin. Here's our agenda. We will begin with an introduction and mindset. Next, we will build the safety net with an emergency fund. Then, we will evaluate debt versus 401k matching. After that, we will discuss the Roth IRA advantage, followed by a simple index investing strategy. We will then cover how to control lifestyle creep. Following that, we will provide an action plan and tools. We will include quizzes along the way, and finish with a recap and next steps. The key to winning with money early is not about chasing the hottest investment. It is about following a proven, disciplined sequence. This flow makes each decision simpler and maximizes the impact of every dollar. We will use a financial flowchart that starts with building a safety net, then addresses high-interest debt and employer match, then maximizes tax-advantage growth, and finally invests consistently in low-cost, diversified index funds. Before we proceed, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, or tax advice. Your circumstances are unique. Consider consulting a qualified fiduciary financial advisor or tax professional before making decisions. First, establish your emergency fund. The goal is 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses saved in an accessible, high-yield savings account. This prevents emergencies like car repairs or medical bills from pushing you into high-interest credit card debt. Calculate your monthly essentials: housing, food, transportation, utilities, insurance, and other necessities. Then multiply by 3 to 6 months depending on your job stability and risk tolerance. Keep this money separate from your everyday checking account so you are less likely to spend it. Automate transfers on paydays to build the fund consistently. Quiz time. The question is, how large should your emergency fund be before investing aggressively? Option A, 1 to 2 months of essentials. Option B, 3 to 6 months of essentials. Option C, 12 to 24 months of essentials. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Choose the lower end if your job is stable, and the higher end if your income is variable, or you have dependents and higher risk. This fund is the shock absorber that keeps you out of high-interest debt. Next, evaluate your debt versus the 401k match. With $25,000 in student loans, check the interest rate. If it is above 5 to 6%, treat it as urgent and prioritize aggressive paydown. Paying down high-interest debt offers a guaranteed return comparable to an investment with zero volatility. However, while paying down the debt, still contribute enough to your 401k to capture any available employer match, because that is effectively free money. If the match is inconsistent or absent, do not over-contribute at this stage. Keep contributions minimal until the high-interest debt is under control. Once the debt is reduced or refinanced to a lower rate, redirect excess cash flow into tax-advantaged investing. Now let's convert this into a 90-day action plan. Days 1 through 7. Calculate your monthly essential expenses, open a high-yield savings account, and automate transfers. Days 8 through 21. Audit your debts, target the highest APR first, and create a realistic payoff schedule. Days 22 through 30. Review your 401k match policy and set contributions to at least capture the match. Days 31 through 60. Trim expenses by 10 to 20% to widen your savings gap. Days 61 through 90. Open a Roth IRA and set recurring contributions to steadily reach the annual maximum. Moving on. The Roth IRA is a powerful tool for young professionals. Contributions are made with after-tax dollars, and qualified withdrawals in retirement, including the investment gains, are tax-free. For 2024, the contribution limit is $7,000 if you are under 50. If you expect your income to rise over time, contributing now may lock in taxes at a lower rate. If your income eventually exceeds the Roth IRA limits, a backdoor Roth strategy can be considered with professional guidance. Inside the Roth, keep the portfolio simple. 1 or 2 low-cost index funds are sufficient for long-term growth. Here is a quick question. Before using a taxable brokerage account, Which account should a young professional typically try to maximize after capturing any 401k match? Option A, a traditional savings account. Option B, a Roth IRA. Option C, a crypto exchange account. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is the Roth IRA. After capturing any employer match in your 401k, maximizing Roth IRA contributions allows you to benefit from tax-free growth and withdrawals in retirement. Now to investing. Focus on diversified, low-cost index funds. Examples include total U.S. stock market funds such as VTSAX or FZROX, or S&P 500 funds like VOO or IVV. These funds provide broad exposure at minimal cost and have historically delivered competitive long-term returns. Automate contributions, ideally twice a month, to reduce the impact of volatility. Rebalance once or twice per year and prioritize keeping fees and taxes low. Remember, time in the market is more important than timing the market. Let's compare total market and S&P 500 index funds. Total market funds include large, mid, and small capitalization U.S. companies, offering slightly broader diversification. The S&P 500 funds focus on the largest 500 U.S. companies and are extremely liquid and popular. Over long periods, performance between the two can be similar. Either can serve as a core holding. The choice often comes down to a preference for slightly broader diversification versus the straightforward S&P 500 exposure. Finally, address lifestyle creep. The most important metric is your savings rate, the percentage of income you invest. Widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Set practical ceilings for spending categories such as housing, transportation, and discretionary items. Pay yourself first by automating transfers to savings and investments before discretionary spending. Introduce friction, such as a 24-hour waiting period before non-essential purchases, and unsubscribing from marketing emails. Review your savings rate monthly and adjust as needed. This flowchart visualizes the recommended sequence. Start with income. First, build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. Next, capture any 401k employer match. Then, check your debt interest rates. If the annual percentage rate is above 5 to 6%, prioritize aggressive paydown. Otherwise, proceed with standard paydown. After that, maximize Roth IRA contributions. Then, invest in low-cost index funds, such as Total Market or S&P 500. Automate contributions with a periodic schedule and rebalance annually. Finally, review the plan at least once a year and make adjustments as circumstances change. Here is a sample monthly budget for a $60,000 base salary, which is approximately $3,750 in monthly net pay, depending on taxes and benefits. Suggested guidelines: housing at or below 30%, transportation up to 15%, food and essentials about 15%, insurance and health around 10%, utilities around 8%, fun and miscellaneous around 7%, and at least 15% toward emergency savings and investing. These are guidelines. Adjust them to reflect your actual needs and local costs. Here is a quick markdown-style cheat sheet for reference. The sequence is emergency fund, employer match, high-interest debt, Roth IRA, and index funds. For the emergency fund, save 3 to 6 months of essentials in a high-yield savings account. Contribute enough to capture the full 401k match. Treat debt with interest above 5 to 6% as a priority for paydown. For the Roth IRA, the 2024 limit is $7,000. Hold low-cost index funds. For index investing, consider total market funds like VTSAX or FZROX, or S&P 500 funds like VOO or IVV, and automate contributions. Maintain category guardrails and track your savings rate monthly. Now, set up the right tools. Choose a reputable, low-cost brokerage such as Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Open a high-yield savings account for your emergency fund and enable automatic transfers. Automate investments into your selected index funds twice per month. Turn on dividend reinvestment to keep your money compounding. Schedule a brief quarterly review to confirm contributions, rebalance if needed, and verify progress. Here is a pie chart to visualize a simple allocation. Needs at 50%, wants at 20%, and investing or saving at 30%. This is more aggressive than the traditional 50-30-20 split and can accelerate progress toward early financial independence. Adjust as your income or goals change, but maintain an emphasis on saving and investing. Key takeaways. Build your emergency fund first with 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Capture any available 401k match, and then focus on eliminating high-interest debt. Maximize your Roth IRA to benefit from tax-free growth. Invest simply in low-cost index funds and automate contributions. Finally, control lifestyle creep and prioritize your savings rate. To summarize, follow the sequence. Fund your emergency savings. Pay down high-interest debt while capturing any employer match. Maximize Roth IRA contributions, and invest in low-cost index funds. Automate your system, rebalance annually, and conduct quarterly reviews. As your income rises, increase your savings rate to accelerate the path to financial freedom. Thank you for watching. If this blueprint helped you, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more. Tell us in the comments what your savings rate goal is and which step you are tackling this month.